Support WrestleTalk.
Be kind to each other in the comments. WWE Hell in a Cell is this Sunday in June. That's right. Not the usual October or November or Halloween-y period of the year, because June is the time for stuff like Extreme Rules and gouging people's eyes out and big spooky Hell in a Cell structures. We are going to be predicting all of the 5-match card lineup on this stream. And also, it is the first, incorrect, we've had one. It is the second ever triple threat for that championship gold. Big red right there on Laurie's shoulder. El Fakidor, the longest ever reigning Jam That champion.
Sounds good.
79 days right now, over half a year, he'll be the champion as of this Sunday. And he's going up against the two people who beat me and Luke. Los Intangibles, the wrestle crap. Chopper Pete and Tempest. I
like the way that when you introduced us there, the bit that you covered up was WrestleTalk. You called it Wrestle Crap. You didn't call us Lost Insufferables or anything else. You said Wrestle Crap. That's the bit that you crapped on was WrestleTalk. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
I didn't mean to say that. So sorry, dickhead. Laurie, any opening war words? Let's have a parlay here.
Do I need opening war words at this point, Ollie? At this point where I've beaten everyone else, do I need war words for these two chumps? Absolutely not.
War words, title of WWE's next Scrabble-based pay-per-view.
War words.
War words.
Woolworths.
Regal's still here. He can still say the thing. Chopper Pete.
Mm-hmm. You say you've beaten everyone, Laurie. And it's technically kind of sort of true, but you've never beaten the Intangibles before. Not in this incarnation. You're not ready.
Don't have to beat the Intangibles though, do I? Because you're going to beat each other. It's a triple threat. Only one of you can walk out the jamp.
And Tempest.
The newly masked Tempest. That's right. I mean, Laurie, you haven't walked in to a championship match against the two of us. It doesn't matter who you've beaten before, because at Hell in a Cell, everyone knows that when you go into a triple threat match, you got a 66 2/3% chance of losing. But this is no ordinary triple threat match, because Pete and I know that we're going into this as partners. It doesn't matter which of us wins the Jam That Championship, as long as it's not you. So you take our 66 2/3%. I don't know. I'm not doing the rest of the bit. It's a long promo. I'm ready for Hell in a Cell. Let's have a good time predicting.
I was looking at your eyes. I was thinking, is he reading the whole Scott Steiner promo? I was excited.
Crazy.
Then.
You can actually
let me down yet again.
Eyes now.
Yeah, it's horrible. You've got a terrible beard. Look, Laurie's got a better beard than both of you jabronis. I'm a fair and impartial MC today. Everybody watching, you can have your thoughts read out by us. Validated. Your thoughts validated by us reading those thoughts out. WrestleTalk.com/support. Getting your ultra chats there. And fancy new production. Razamataz, that comment will appear on the screen. Other channels been doing it for years. But now we're going to own it. It's going to be our thing. Anyway, the first match we are going to be predicting is easily the hottest feud.
That's not how the predictions work anymore. Get on board, Ollie.
Come on. I know. Let me come to look. Let me finish. The first match we're going to be predicting is I think the best feud in WWE. You've ruined my bit. Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Now, the way we now do predictions, Pete, is only people get to choose. Oh, no, wait. No, you are right.
I know I'm right. That's why I said it.
Sorry, Pete. That is on me now. Luke usually does these, and he's off today. So, champion's advantage. The champion gets to pick which match, and then whatever match the champion predicts, the other guys will have to have the opposite pick, and vice versa as you go round. So, Laurie, what match are you going to have first?
Oh, I wonder what match I'll do for the first one. I wonder what match I will do to retain the championship. Just like Roman Reigns is going to retain the Universal Championship against Rey Mysterio in Hell in a Cell. I'm going to pick Roman Reigns because you don't bet against the Tribal Chief. They've said they're going to put him over against everyone. Every single person in the whole world. They're going to stack him up and he's going to pin them all. So, yeah, Roman Reigns. That's 1 point to Fakidor.
So that means Pete and Tempest, you have Ray.
Yeah.
Any confidence, lads? Any confidence?
None at all. None at all on that one. Roman is definitely winning. So that is 1 point. That's
God
Champion's
bless
advantage.
Champion's advantage.
That's why you pick first. You get the easiest pick. Roman Reigns, he's the best, and I don't think he's losing anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, now's not
be
the
a great
time,
match,
is
though.
it? You wouldn't do that with Cena coming back
Delicious.
to SummerSlam potentially. Oh, that's drop the belt to Ray. And anyone want to have any ideas on how Roman will win? Like, do we think there's a Dominic Mysterio heel turn? Something with the Usos?
No.
I just think he's going to win.
I think Roman's going to kill him.
As cleanly as possible, he's going to win. It's Rey Mysterio.
There might be a thing where Dominic tries to interfere, but Roman will kill him as well. It's just going to be Roman's going to win convincingly.
I think this could be the match where we see Dominic Mysterio and the Usos kind of brawl around ringside, and one of them goes through the announce table off of the side of the cell. So you get that spot that we probably won't get in the Drew Bobby match.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get like a big tease of chucking Ray all the way off the top.
That'd be spicy.
His knees.
Maybe you can do a thing.
Oh, no,
where
no.
he's
I
kinda
don't say they're going to do it, but I think they might tease it. Someone's
might-
going to be very close to the precipice.
Yeah. Well, they might do a thing with Ray where he's kind of like hanging from the top of the cell and he'll start swinging, and then Roman will be on a table underneath, and then Roman will get off and the timing will be really bad, but then Ray will drop and go through the table anyway because they've never done that spot before.
Sounds
Yeah.
cracking. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you to Bryant Heath, a new member of the WrestleTalk Podcast channel. You get exclusive podcast intro and outro content. Enjoy that. Everyone else can
emotes.
become a member just by clicking the join button. So next up is Pete's pick in this triple threat. What match are you going for?
Right. I think I'm pretty confident in saying that Bianca Belair is going to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship over Bayley. This feud has been built on laughing for some reason and not how either of them are actually good wrestlers, which is infuriating. But regardless, I think this is going to be a very fun match because both of them are really good, and we've seen them have good matches before anyway. I just can't see Bayley winning because she's kind of been a joke for a little bit. I think that she's not been built up to the level they would have done if they were going to have Bianca just drop the belt here. So, yeah, Bianca's winning.
So that means Laurie and Tempest, you will have Bayley.
Ding dong, hello. Bayley could win this easily. Bayley could win. Bayley was one of the best things on WWE TV for the whole of last year. And she's got a bloody great catchphrase and a talk show segment. She's got all the things needed to become a champion in WWE. So they could just quite happily put the belt back on Bayley if they don't think Bianca Belair's reign's going very well. Stick the belt on Bayley. It's a safe pick. I'm happy with it.
There's the very important word in that was you said was. She was one of the best things in WWE. And then they decided after that feud with Sasha Banks, she was a complete joke and wasn't worthy of actually being treated seriously anymore, which is a shame because she's
They love jokes, though, Pete.
They
love jokes.
They sure do.
They love their jokes. They love their jokes more than we love their jokes. So that makes it highly likely that Bayley's going to win.
You would have thought that they'd have learned how to tell jokes, considering they love them so much, but they're very bad at comedy.
Do you actually think this, Laurie, that Bayley might retain, or are you just trying to create some spice, some tension in the predictions?
I'm creating tension, and I legitimately think Bayley might win.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Well, I'd say,
there's always a chance.
the rumors are that no championships will change hands. But I don't think it's as clear cut as that. I think there's a few that could go either way. Any thoughts, Tempest?
Yeah, I think to me, all of these matches kind of depend on the plans they have for SummerSlam, because SummerSlam's going to be kind of their big reopening show. It's going to be in a stadium. It's going to be a big deal. You can tell they're going to put a lot more emphasis on this show than they have in years past. I think Sasha Banks is coming back to challenge for the SmackDown Women's title. Whether that means they're going to do a WrestleMania rematch against Belair or just do another match against Bayley, I think it could work either way. If I'm being serious, I'm leaning towards Bianca being the one that they face because that feud is still kind of fresh. But hey, they love their Sasha and Bayley feud. That could go on forever.
Mm-hmm. Thank you also to GRT Chaos Rising, another new member. Smart people. Press the join button. Okay, Tempest, you're up to the plate next. Which match are you going to use your pick on?
Well, this is where the thinking starts, isn't it? This is where we start playing 4D chess. Because if I'm being honest, I'm here in this triple threat, but this is essentially a handicap match against you, Laurie. I've won mine. I've won the Quizzlemania Championship. I'm satisfied. I'm content. The person who still needs his championship is my lovely partner, Chopper Pete. So, in doing so, I will gift this pick to you, Pete. You choose who you think is going to win this next match, and I am happy to step back and take the other person.
Ollie, check the bloody bylaws. Is this legal?
Hey, it's still a triple threat. It's triple threat rules.
This will give them a one match advantage over you.
They've got 3 picks.
And you've got 2.
But you got to pick first. Champion's advantage. Sucks to be you. Alexa Bliss is going to beat Shayna Baszler. That's
the one you're going for.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Alexa Bliss,
actually, Laurie, I think you're okay.
Baszler.
Yeah, maybe I'm all right. Who knows?
You really think they're going to have Shayna beat Alexa? She's scared of a puppet.
I think this could end in a no contest, which means nil point for you.
It's totally
unless you
possible.
want to pick no contest.
I don't, and also I'm more confident in Bliss beating Baszler over a no contest than I am for both the other title matches on this card because I think both of them are very up in the air.
So how do you think Bliss is going to beat Baszler?
Terribly. It's going to be an awful match. There's going to be some spooky nonsense. No one's going to like it, apart from the few people that say, why don't you like this all the time when it's terrible? It's going to be real bad. They're going to take advantage of the fact that this is probably going to be the last pay-per-view without crowds, and they're going to have some pre-recorded stuff that they're going to edit in, and it's going to have spooky with like lights falling and, all the spooky nonsense that Alexa Bliss does, pyro, and then Alexa's going to win. Maybe Reginald's there, just for added terribleness.
Well, Reginald was possessed on Monday's episode of Raw, so he could very well turn up, get another Shayna Reginald match because Reginald currently has a win over Shayna Baszler. Any thoughts on this, Tempest?
Oh, I've done my best to avoid all of this Alexa Bliss nonsense ever since they cost me the Jam That Championship gauntlet at WrestleMania. I've never quite forgiven her. That Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt match cost me a lot. But here, I don't think it matters. I think we're walking away with the championship. I'm going to watch this match through my fingers at how terrible I'm sure I will find it. I think Alexa's going to win. I think there's still more legs in this Lady Fiend character thing they've got going on. I don't think now is the time to beat her, but I've been wrong before.
And Laurie, what do you think about this screw job?
Yeah, I'm pretty cross, to be fair. This is heinous, frankly. This is absolute bollocks. I'm going to just clutch this thing tight now for the next little bit. I want to talk about the fact that Shayna might win. She might win. I really hope Shayna wins, just because that would be good wrestling. But also, she's not going to, is she? She's going to lose via at least roll up, if not worse.
Or the match just ends. The lights cut out. It's implied that Shayna Baszler is teleported to the Phantom Zone, and there's no victor.
It's possible.
Yeah, because if this goes that way, Laurie will win, and it's a draw, 2 matches apiece. Laurie wins championship's advantage. Laurie, what is your final pick going to be?
I think because the Raw Women's Championship match is too up in the air, I think we will go for the WWE Championship match. Now, I am leaning towards, I know there are the rumors of a certain person returning, which could mean that we get a dream match that people want to see. But my thoughts are it's Drew McIntyre over Bobby Lashley here. Because otherwise, why would we be doing it again? This has been going on for ages. I think you can have, because you can still have a Bobby and Brock match if Brock turns up and costs Bobby his championship. You can still have a kind of bloody, and that is a big thing to put on a card without a belt involved. And then Drew can go on to have a WWE Championship match with someone at SummerSlam as well. Then you've got multiple big things on your card and not just putting all of your eggs in that one basket.
That's WWE's booking strategy. All our eggs in a basket.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to the well one too many times. They've also said that Drew can't challenge for the belt again. So I don't know. I just think this is the time to do it. If you're going to do it, they've put all the stakes on Drew's side of it. So I think if you're going to, this is the time to put it back on Drew.
Tempest.
I really do think this one could go either way. I know there's been a lot of hearsay and speculation and reports of perhaps a returning Brock Lesnar showing up to wrestle Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam, but WWE has seemed determined to not do that match for the last 3 years, and they didn't get to do Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre in front of a crowd. So I think it's just as possible that they could have that match go into SummerSlam. A Drew versus Brock in a stadium, the one they never got to have at WrestleMania last year. I think that's just as likely as a Bobby Lashley retention here, but I don't know. I really do think this one could go either way.
I think I'm happy with getting Bobby. I'm happy with getting Bobby. I felt quite confident when you first said Drew. I was like, sweet, Bobby, yeah, all in for it. And now both you guys have talked, and I've gone, I'm less confident in Bobby now. But he's done a great job with the WWE Championship so far. Sort of. He's been great. Lashley is consistently very good when it comes to like big matches, and like his Mania match against Drew was really good. Like he as a champion, as a dominant figure, is very good. And I think Vince McMahon will like that. And I think they're going to carry that on. Maybe they're doing the Lashley Lesnar thing. Maybe. Even if they're not, I still think Lashley's going to retain anyway.
For what it's worth, I've gone for Lashley in my Wrestle League predictions. So, wow. I mean, it's all to play for. You've only got one more match to pick, Pete.
Yeah.
So who are you having out of Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship?
This is the match I am by far the least confident on. I think this one could really comfortably go either way. Because at the end of the day, I don't think it necessarily matters, because I think they're probably going to have another rematch after this anyway. So the champion doesn't really matter coming out of this. But I think I'm going to go for Charlotte Flair to beat Rhea. Again, I'm not confident in this, but when's the last time Charlotte held a title?
Well, it's been weeks, mate. It's been weeks.
At the start of the year.
Yeah. So, like, she's got to get another championship soon. And I don't know what they're doing with Rhea Ripley. God knows what they're doing with her on Raw. I get the feeling that by now, I think Vince has probably been like, despite their own booking being the reason that Rhea's failing, and they're going to be like, well, she's not getting over, is she? I don't understand. Just don't get this Rhea Ripley thing.
Hmm.
Despite it's their booking that's making it hard to understand and not making any sense. Vince will get bored of her, and it'll be like, Charlotte's right there.
Laurie, how do you feel about getting Rhea to retain?
I'm actually quite annoyed. I really think Chaz is going. I actually think Chaz is going to win this one. One, she hasn't had a belt for a while. Two, Rhea's not doing fantastically well. Three, if you're going to do a rematch at SummerSlam, you would want Charlotte to have 2 wins over Rhea, and then Rhea get the win back at SummerSlam if you were going to do it that way, rather than just do this and then do the rematch at SummerSlam. I think the legs in the story are doing Charlotte keeps beating Rhea one-on-one. And obviously they've messed that up by having the triple threat already. But I think that would have been the story I would have told with it. And it's the more interesting one. My only hope here is with the Rhea pick is that, one, she's already the champion. It's a bit early in her reign to give the belt to Charlotte. And 2, they might be punishing Charlotte for who she's marrying. So, there you go. And where he's turned up, that might be why they want to keep her off the posters.
She has lost a lot to Nikki Cross. I didn't think of that. Tempest, anything to say on this?
I mean, I think this one could go absolutely either way. Do we even know if Rhea Ripley is a babyface or a heel at this point? The Thunderdome seems to change their direction every single week on the matter, but I think this could be kind of like a heel-heavy show. And so having the women's matches kind of be we can give a babyface win here in the case of like Bianca Belair. Maybe they go with another babyface, quote unquote, win here in the form of Rhea Ripley. I don't know, but this also kind of seems like a match where if they want to do a title change, this would be where it happens, because Rhea Ripley has she's fine as Raw Women's Champion, but it's Raw and they haven't done very much with the title reign in general. So if they wanted a title reign to switch here, Charlotte Flair is their go-to, and I think that's just as likely as anything else.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the graphics production that just happened, because we've got an Ultra Chat right at the end. A Hail Mary. Bryant Heath here says, Laurie, you've really fumbled these predictions. Love you, man. But it's Chopper Pete's time now. LIW for life.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
And Zachary Sweeney, Roman versus Ray is for the custody of Dominic, according to the custody of Dominic lineage. Edge retired with custody, but when he returned, so did the lineage. It then passed to Orton, to Drew, to Roman. Ray is motivated to get his son back and therefore wins.
You just think they'd be telling that on TV if that was the case.
They're not very good at wrestling storylines. So it
true.
could be in there.
Yeah.
I'll do a big video package.
I fail to see how Edge retired with the custody of Dominic. I don't know where that comes from.
I want, like in New Japan when they have the IWGP roll call of all the previous champions before the big matches. I want that, but with Dominic's legal guardians. We've had one more from here. The Zornies, stop having pickles and peanut butter for a second to congratulate Tempest to the new mask. What do you think of Tiger Queen?
What is Tiger Queen?
I don't know. What is Tiger Queen?
Is that the sequel to Tiger King?
Oh, they're making female reboots of everything these days. When will it stop? I guess that's the end of the show. Thanks very much for joining us for our predictions. Remember to tune in this Sunday to the WrestleTalk Podcast channel. Subscribe, like, enable notifications to always on, because it will be these 3 men going at it hard for the prestige of Jam.
The
Pete,
prestige
what
of
do you want
Jam.
to say?
Yeah. Just before we end this, before you have your final days as Jam That Champion, Laurie, just wanted to wind the clocks back a little bit. Let's take it back to 2019. Back then, you created me in your image, right? And ever since that day, I've had someone above me trying to keep me down and stopping me from reaching my potential. Whether it was Ollie, I've already dealt with him, or whether it was you, I've always had someone above me And now, I don't have anyone. Now the restraints are off, because you made a mistake. You didn't kill me when you had the chance. And now, I'm my own man. And now, I will shatter that glass ceiling that you've put above me. I will become Jam That Champion. The intangibles will stand at the top of the WrestleTalk mountain, and no one will move us from that mountain for life.
I made you, Pete. And I will also destroy you. Jam is a preserve, and I am the Jam That Champion, and I will persevere, preserve for fear, preserve. I'll still be champion.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe.